Before we came on, Zach, you were saying about your apartment search. And is this the first time you have not lived with Dakota in your baseball career?
We got separated when he got moved up when we were in Double A. But I think other than that, it's got to be right. Well, besides when I got sent down from AAA to Double A.
Yeah, because even in Myrtle, you came and lived in a living room of the people I was living with.
Yeah.
Because even when I went up to Myrtle in 17, and then you came and lived in the living room on a mattress, and then we lived together in AAA when we both broke there. But yeah, the second half of 18 was the only time we didn't live there.
Wow. Didn't even think about that.
I know. Now I'm on the Scott Efros. We'll see how that goes this spring. I'm excited to experience the company of a different roommate and see.
He will be a lot more positive and a better mood than I am.
He told me that we need to schedule book reading. Scott's, that is how you lose a roommate real fast, because he told me he's bringing books. And yes, to be fair, I am bringing books as well, strictly because I don't know what else I'll do with my time. But the fact that he told me we need to set up times for it was puke worthy. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited to experience it. Zach said he's living by himself this year. He said he couldn't find anyone that could compare to me as a roommate, and he didn't know what else to do. So he's like, why even?
I'm getting a 2-bedroom, and I'm just going to have Dakota's name on the door.
Honestly, maybe I get cut in camp, and I'll just come live with you.
Ooh.
It's pretty close.
I would like to just tell a quick story about 2019. I was in triple ball. I was living.
I know what you're gonna say, and dead.
I was living in.
My God!
Living in a hotel, week to week, with all my stuff. I was living out of a car. Had to move back in every time we go on the road. I'd have to move back in to the hotel, get a new room, and Zack and Dakota were living together, and they never really invited me to move in.
We lived with Duncan Robinson, and then he had. I'm telling you why we got an extra room. We weren't just sitting there with an extra room all year.
Yes.
We lived with Duncan Robinson, who then had Tommy John. So a room opened up. Now you can continue.
Yeah. So, I was living in the hotel, packing my bags every time. Tough draw. And, room opened up with those two guys. And, instead of asking me to move in and be like, hey, man, like, we have an extra room. I know you're grinding it out in the hotel. Like, would love for you to come and be our third roommate. Like, we'd have a blast. They just didn't ask me, and then filled the room with somebody else, and then got mad at me because I didn't ask them to move in.
I am so happy you brought this up,
Zach. Well, I'll let you take it on if that's a true story or not. We'll let you take that.
No, I have two things there. A, I will never forget when I asked you. I was like, Hap, you should kind of, we have an open room if you want to move in, Dakota. And didn't we both say, we were like, no, he's probably going to say no anyway. Like, he's with the hotel. We don't know how long he's going to be here. And you were like, no, it's all right. Like, I'm in the hotel. And I was like, I went back to Dakota. I was like, yeah, he said no. And then A, hang on, that was A. B, this is also kind of beginning to middle, when Ian wasn't the happiest guy in the world either. So we were kind of scared to approach him with this as well. Like, it would be a derogatory question if we asked him to move in, like implying that, hey, man, you ain't going anywhere anytime soon. You might want to move in. So when we did ask him, he gave us a hard no. And then when we bring it up again, he's like, oh, I thought you were joking.
Exactly. I asked him after you told me you asked him like in the field or something one day. He like didn't really give an answer. He's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'm in the hotel, blah, blah, blah. I asked him like straight up in the locker room. I go, hey, like we have an open room. Do you want to move in, or else I'm going to let this other guy come live with us because we need someone to pay the third part of the rent. He goes, no, I'm good. And then he comes back later and he's like, you guys actually filled it? I'm like, are you joking? Are you serious? I asked you straight up to your face. And he goes, I thought you were kidding. I'm like, you're an idiot.
I don't remember it going down that way. I don't remember it going down that way. Really felt like Dakota was trying to tell a joke. And, honestly, it would have been nice if you would have been like, no, really, like, we'd love for you to move in, be a great time. Like, we'd really have fun together. But, I was the one who later on had to ask you guys to move in with me, took you off the street.
I don't even think that's
during
true.
during a
I don't even
pandemic.
think
During a
that's true. I
pandemic,
think
took you off the street, took you in, and really just provided toilet paper, food, and water. And that's the type of guy I am. That's the difference.
I texted you and asked if I could come live with you, and you said yes. And then Zach did the same thing, and you said yes. So yes, you took us in, but we asked you. I said, "Are you staying down here?" And you said, "Yeah." And I was like,
we
"Can
were
come live
we
with
were like somebody who was stuck in a rainstorm, and we show up at your front door, and you had no choice but to let us in.
you?" Yeah. It's like, hey, well, we're moving in, so thanks for having us.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome for the shelter and the toilet paper and the food and the water and the pool and the tennis court.
You're trying to spin these stories though. Like the one of in 19, we asked you straight up to live with us and you said no twice. So we're like, okay.
Not once, twice.
And we go, okay, I mean, we need a third roommate. We're not going to pay for 3 people rent with 2 of us.
Not how I remember it.